Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Party Starter Radio Live. I'm joined today by the boy, Cato Anaya.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm excellent. Happy to be with you here. Happy to be in Miami again.
Of course.
Miami Music Week after so long time. A long time ago, we haven't done this, so we are really happy to be here, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Me and you, I don't know if you remember, we first connected. Actually, it was me, you, Chris, and Nitty. We went to Subliminal.
Yeah.
And I remember you're like, oh, hey, I'm Cato. And I had a drink, took me 5 minutes, and then I came up, I'm like, wait a minute, you put out La Cumbiumbera? You're like, dude, yeah. And I was like, bro, this fucking record, I love it.
Yes.
And you were just so humble, so cool.
Oh, thank you, man.
And from that moment, bro, even till now, but the next year and a half was just skyrocket, man.
It was crazy, man. Man, first of all, I have so much appreciation and I'm so much grateful for Chris, man. He helped me so much, and this track, La Cumbiumbera, it was big for my career. It showed my name in the world, and it became basically like my movement of continue to produce Latin house music, and it was the starting point of my career, to be honest. I did have a path before. I was first started in Sony Music, and I did some Latin stuff, but definitely La Cumbiumbera was boom.
For sure. And even your stuff beforehand, all really good, but you can hear with that one, it went to another level. You know, the songwriting, the elements that you brought in, it's crazy, man. You know, that next step up to the productions at that point.
And it was crazy because the way I met Chris was the most random way ever, right? I was basically, he had supported me, a song that was called Tambo when I was at Sony Music that also had a Latin vocals and everything. He supported on Hysteria radio, and I was booked to open for him in a show, and I didn't know him at all. You know, I did message him in Instagram, but nothing personal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So funny thing is that when we were gonna do the show together, he was stuck in an airport with the promoter who didn't speak Spanish at all. So the promoter called me hey, Cato, the plane to go to the city where we were supposed to play, it's delayed, so can you come please and help me out because they're not giving us the tickets. So I went to the airport, and Chris was there clueless,
someone give me a drink.
And the promoter was, I'm gonna take him by car. It was a 9-hour ride in the mountains of Colombia. I'm like, no, you're not gonna get to the show. So we pulled some strings in the airport, and we managed to get to get into the plane, but we still had to wait 8 hours. And Chris, he still is my hero, but at that moment I didn't know him. He was I was my biggest fan of his. And we became friends. 8 hours together in the waiting room.
Exactly.
Drinking beers, having fun. And there I had La Cumbiumbera, the demo with the vocals. And I showed it to him, and I said, man, I really love that track. We should do it together. So, you're out of something that was happening that was really bad because we couldn't get to the show. And this thing happened, so that was amazing.
It's crazy how life works sometimes,
it's crazy.
You know?
It's preparation. They say that luck is the mixture between being prepared and being in the right moment at the right time, right?
Exactly. Man. You don't have something like that at that point. Not that the friendship doesn't go, but you had the perfect combination to allow that to happen.
Yes.
And then to happen naturally. That's what we were just talking about in the last interview. When you're doing this with your friends, and it becomes something that it's really fun too. And then you have the business, you have that whole promotion.
Yes.
But even seeing you guys at Tomorrowland,
man.
That picture almost became iconic. Seriously, man.
Yeah.
And to see you guys travel in the world.
I get the chills.
Dude, it's awesome, bro. You brought him, I believe, down to Colombia too.
Yes.
You guys did a bunch of shows. And then to travel the world, and it's like your brother then at that point. And to see you guys keep developing, and you really, it was awesome because I was always a fan of tribal and the Latin house and stuff, but you really made it like a movement, man. You stuck your ground, you constantly kept your sounds fresh and the songs different, and that's what I wanted to get into too. I know you did like one of the tutorials and everything as well.
Yes, I remember. That was amazing.
And the track breakdown, bro, and like you going over. I remember even it might have been in Amsterdam a couple years ago. You were telling me about when you were working with the older vocalists.
Yes.
And you're like, bro, she's a vocalist from my town, and she's an older woman. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I listen to El Rio. I'm like, this is magic. Like, who does this? And you know, it's like for you to have that background from Sony. And I'm sure, like, even when you're writing in those sessions, it's a little different because they're trying to have an end goal for placements and stuff. But then to take that songwriting experience, bring in musicians, writers, vocalists, you're a composer, bro. You know, you're like the maestro at that point, like, for real.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course.
I mean, Latin, there's so much Latin subgenres, you know, available. There's so much culture, so much beautiful sounds. You can go like to Brazil and experiment with samba, with bossa nova, or you can go to the salsa of Puerto Rico. You can go to Colombia, experience cumbia, or maybe Argentina, experience tango. So the amount of sounds and textures and musicians and vocals and colors, it's so vast, right? So
for sure.
What I try to bring to the dance music world is, rather than sampling, which I do anyway. At the end of the day, half of my tracks are full with samples, for the drums and for the effects. But what I really want to bring is just like fresh, new compositions and writing in these subgenres made for dance music. Because the thing is that there were such cool tracks, but they were repetitive of the same sample, of the same vocal, of the same iconic vocals that were there. So I guess like if we want to really like give Latin house a next level vibe, we need to write new music on those different subgenres, and the best way to do it is to work directly with the people that does it originally, right? So if you want to do a cumbia track, you need to go to Barranquilla or to Cartagena and be there with the cumbia people, understand the culture behind it, the sound behind it, and then go to the studio and blend it with house music. So that's the process, and I love, just bringing a trumpetist or a gaita player or a guitarist and just experimenting and creating music exactly for the track that I'm doing. Because the thing with sample packs we all use is that they're a bit generic, for everybody to use. But if you really like bring a musician to record for your specific track, it makes the track beautiful. For
sure. And I'm sure even that whole experience, when you're bringing people in and saying, let's create something, but in this, I'm not putting you in a box. It's like, let's really create some magic here. Those sessions have to be some of the most rewarding too at the end of the day.
Ben, I have like talents, for example, like with the gaita flutes. I have a guy that I basically like, I show him the track one time, and I just like he just plays. I just press rec, and he just starts, going solos, all over the track. And when he finishes, you're like, so what melody should I do?
I got 10 records here now.
I have like 10 records right now. So what I do sometimes with these talented musicians is just like record them 3 times, and I just tell them, you're done, and they're like, oh, this was the easiest session ever. You don't have like, we don't need it because you're ready. Later I would just, go and cut and paste whatever I want to, but
for sure,
the magic is already there. Of course, sometimes you have like a specific idea, but the most beautiful thing about this is to let the musicians just do their thing. I sometimes like write on the piano or a trumpet melody that I really want, but it's always better what they come and offer, right?
Exactly.
It's always better.
I try, even when I do one-on-ones, I try and tell that to some of my students. They're like, well, what about a contact library or something like that? You're going to get good sounds. You're not going to get the same. You're not going to get that real feeling of, even if you're off a millisecond, having that swing or having that natural...
The air.
The breath in the vocal or something like that.
But there are tracks, nowadays you can check in the whole Afro house vibe. There are a lot of tracks, like for example, that I have learn and I've been playing it that they're done with contact, for example, trumpets, and they sound electric, right?
Exactly.
But they sound cool.
Exactly.
It's the whole vibe of the track blends good with the electric sound, but there's no comparison to have a real trumpet player, right?
For sure.
It's a matter of likes. I really prefer to use musicians, but yeah, like with trumpets, with like maybe with violins, you can get
exactly.
with violins and strings, but yeah, like with guitars and stuff,
it's tough.
It's tough.
You almost want those little imperfections.
And why not? You're also contributing to the musicians,
Exactly.
because at the end of the day, these guys come to the studio, you pay them, they make a living, so
For sure.
why not use like real musicians if you can, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It gives back to the community, and I mean, even with yourself, really, like culturally, you're doing a lot for the musicians in your country and in your area, man.
Thank you.
Of course. And then, like, for me, it's awesome because, I mean, dude, I follow you all the time. I see you traveling around, and it's like everywhere you go, the crowd connects with you. Like, even the other night, I see you in Miami. I'm like, this guy's playing Monday night, and he's got a packed house, and everyone's hands in the air for you, bro.
It was beautiful, yeah.
And like, I think it's a special thing that you have between your personality and your music, where you have fans and you have Latin Americans all around the world that as soon as you go up there and you get on the mic or you play that song, they're like a part of you, like they take pride that you're up there and performing and putting out the sound really more than anything.
Brother, thank you. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm having the time of my life,
That's awesome. And that's what it's all about.
And at the end of the day, I'm just like grateful and happy to do what I do and to live out of music, man. I started with this almost 20 years ago, and I look really young.
Yeah, you're young.
But I started when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Now I'm 35, right? So. I started first singing. Then I started like a bit of the engineering part, and started like using Reason and Fruity Loops when it was Fruity Loops and all that kind of stuff, and recording like different styles of Latin music. And I think that's what brings me to blend dance music with that. So I'm just having fun, brother, and
sure, man,
and happy to be here.
Of course, thank you, and definitely keep it up because you hear it in the music. And like you said, I mean, in all of the conversations, even today, it's one of the subjects where the market's oversaturated. There's a lot of music.
Yes.
But when you take that extra effort and you really put it into the music, it translates. So I think you're doing the right thing with it, man. And obviously, then when you go to play, you're a phenomenal DJ.
Thank you.
So then it brings it all together, and it's like you really get the Cato experience as soon as you see one set of yours.
Sometimes I get a little bit too drunk, but it's it's part of the.
It's all part of it.
I'm kidding. It's like I feel one thing I do feel is just a personal thing is that if you're gonna be out there DJing for people that are partying, getting drunk, and are people that in the crowd, there's people like kissing each other, people that just wanna forget about their lives.
Exactly.
You also have to be part of that party, know. And if you, I don't want to criticize any style of DJing, but if you're just looking at the CDJs or at the equipment and just playing one track after the another one and not connecting with the crowd, then I think. It's not really that cool, I think you need to just like connect with everybody and make people feel that you're also in the party with them. So
for sure, man. And I think you do a great job of that. It's like, and again, I've met you a bunch of times. We've hung out. What you see on the stage is what you see off the stage, and I think that's why it translates so well because there's no fakeness, there's no gimmick. It's you playing what you love. But what can everybody expect for you? Well, you're here in Miami. What else do you have coming up and stuff?
Man, I have a crazy schedule. We're gonna go to Mexico again. We're going to Mexico a lot. We're doing Sinaloa. We're doing Mazatlan. We're doing Puerto Vallarta, Tulum. We're doing Canada as well.
Wow. Awesome, man.
We're gonna do New York again on the summer. And there's a lot of gigs as well in Colombia. It's gonna be a packed year finally,
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's good to hear again.
And music-wise, there's a lot of cool releases. I've been experimenting a lot with this Afro melodic house.
Yeah.
With Latin stuff. So there's a track coming on in Blondish, Abracadabra.
Oh, very nice, man.
Beautiful
That's fire,
label,
bro.
beautiful label. We have one with David Novacek, which I also think he's one of the at least top 5 producers in Latin house.
For
I
sure,
think
man.
that guy is amazing.
Hard worker too.
Hard
All
worker,
the time,
amazing. I have a track with him in Enormous Tunes, which is really
fire.
nice.
Yeah.
A cover. I also have a track with Terms and Conditions with his Tom and Collins label from Mexico. So there's a lot of good music coming along, a lot of good shows. Just follow my social media and tag along.
For sure. And what's the best place that people could connect with you on Instagram or socials?
Yeah, man, I have Instagram for sure. I'm trying to do the TikTok without the dancing thing.
Yeah.
Because, I don't think I'm not a really good dancer.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to grow that market as well. And but basically Instagram and on YouTube, we've been uploading every month a full live show. So if you want to see me live, we're recording a live show every month. So people can, live the experience through their computers as well.
For sure. That's awesome, man. Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I know we'll be partying, probably taking a couple shots while we're here in Miami.
For sure. Tonight, for sure.
Definitely, man. By this time, too, I'm sure Miami may be a little bit past. Cato's going to be over at the hotel party. David Tort and Mark M. Roger Sanchez, Alan Nunez, whole bunch of other, really, really talented upcoming producers and established producers as well. It's always fun seeing you, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me. Love this what you're doing. This is amazing, and thank you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you, man. And thank you guys for tuning in. Again, go follow Cato at Cato Anaya on Instagram.
At Cato Anaya.
Awesome. You guys can follow the show at Party Starter Radio on Instagram. You can follow me at Versus Music Official on Instagram. Until next time, peace out, everybody.
Boom.
Let's go.